What I hold in my hands right now is something that is alarming. A few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, I did a video about how Donald Trump is trying to bring segregation back to the United States military. He's trying to erase the existence of, certainly the contributions of, black folks and women and gay and lesbian and transgender Americans who try to serve their, just generally in American life, he's trying to do this, but also through the weight of his position as commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the United States, a group of individuals. I used to be an active duty United States Marine. And I found this through Josh Marshall. He's the founder of and I think the chief editor of Talking Points Memo, a great independent outlet out there that you should subscribe to. You should, if you're in a position to support this particular independent media outlet, you should do so. I'll link below. But Josh wrote a couple of paragraphs here that I'm going to read from, and then I'm going to read from this, which for all of the naysayers and the people who poo-pooed the video that I did talking about the segregation efforts of Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth in the United States military, you're wrong. I have a memo from the Department of Defense. This is the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense telling contractors no longer follow federal guidelines and rules and laws surrounding segregation. That there's no longer, we will still do business with you. You don't have to certify that you don't run a segregated outfit. They're trying, and later in the day, I'm going to do a video about how they're literally erasing pictures, photographs, historic and otherwise, of the contributions of Black Americans and women and gay and lesbian and transgender members of the military. It's happening. It's not hyperbole. It's not saber rattling. This is real that's happening right now. This is from Josh Marshall again. Here's the headline from Talking Points Memo. DOD will no longer prohibit contractors from running segregated facilities. Just found out that the new memorandum from the Office of the Secretary of Defense, dated March 5th, 2025, directs all acquisition executives through the military to stop including language which requires contractors to agree that they will not use segregated facilities as a condition of being a DoD contractor. Specifically, the memorandum bars the use of FAR 52.2220-21, prohibition of segregated facilities. This is a provision which dates back to 1965 and has been updated by a series of executive orders over the years, adding additional forms of restricted segregation. The most recent change came in 2015 when the sexual orientation and gender identity were added via executive order to the list of provided forms of segregation. The history and evolution of the prohibition of segregated facilities is discussed here in the Federal Register. Now, thanks to Josh Marshall for bringing this to my attention. Passively, I saw it on Blue Sky. But I want to read a little bit from this memo because it should be alarming to every American who values the Constitution, who values the rule of law, who values equal protection under the law, and our stated ethos, our aspirational goals that we are a nation of equals. And now Donald Trump, with the assistance of white supremacist Pete Hegseth, is attempting to erase the contributions of black folks, of gay folks, of undesirables to Donald Trump. This is the subject of the memo, Class Deviation, Restoring Merit-Based Opportunity in Federal Contracts. Effective immediately, contracting officers shall, that was on the first page here, and then contracting officers shall not use the following solicitation provisions and contract clauses in new solicitations and contracts. Prohibition of segregated facilities. Previous contracts and compliance reports, notice of requirement for affirmative action to ensure equal employment opportunity for construction, pre-award on-site equal opportunity compliance evaluation, affirmative action compliance, equal opportunity, affirmative action compliance requirements for construction, notification of visa denial. These to Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and the MAGA movement that has been given fuel and fire by Project 2025, these are bad things. Equal employment opportunity, diversity, affirmative action compliance, all of these things, the prohibition of segregated facilities is no longer valued. So if the prohibition of segregated facilities is no longer a value, what's the reverse of that? It is valued. It is given import. This is what we're moving toward. And it's not even slowly but surely. We're getting there real quick. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth desperately want an all-white, male, straight military. Let me know how that works out for you. I've already covered in previous videos that white people make up about 49.6% of the military, the rest of it being people of color, whether it be black or brown or Asian, people who are not white. So unless they're going to implement a draft and then just start drafting white people, we're going to have a real national security problem on our hands. And we already know Donald Trump and the Republican Party is fond of owning the libs even to their own detriment. It doesn't matter if it's bad for the country. It doesn't matter if it's bad for our national security posture. None of that matters at all. I mean, if our national security posture mattered, we wouldn't be siding with Russia, right? Anyway, what do you think about this? Did you serve? Are you a person of color? Are you in one of these groups that Donald Trump is trying to erase, whether it be legitimately erase in the existential manner, or whether that be the erase the contributions of? I want to hear from you. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. If you watch my videos with any regularity at all and you're not subscribed, you should also check. Sometimes YouTube gets a little squirrely and unsubscribes people. I get emails like this a lot. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to support the work further, you can donate $2 a month to this effort. You can click the join button below, become a channel member, or you can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I'm all over the web on social media called at I Doubt It. No, that's my podcast. At Dollemore. It's Friday, folks. You got to give me a break, right? Anyway, I'm out of here. I've still got a couple more things to do, and then I'm going to go enjoy my weekend, and I hope you do the same. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.